Beauty. What is beauty? Beauty is defined as the quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalts the mind or spirit. Being beautiful can mean a wide variety of things to different people. Some people may view one thing as beautiful, while others may not.
What makes a woman beautiful?
Not forced, not like done up hair, makeup, fake boobs.
其实我觉得女人的话应该是自然美最好，但是现在我觉得在中国吧，就越来越多的女孩开始整容，但是其实我个人感觉她们真人看上去非常的假。
The Australians think of it in much the same way as Americans do. Women that are tall and flawless, a size 6, heavy-chested.
因为在传统中国审美中，认为就是大眼睛、浓眉毛和高鼻梁，还有尖下巴会是一个很好看，会是一个很好看的女孩子的样子。
เหมือนมันไม่ได้ขึ้นอยู่กับสเตอริโอไทป์ใดๆเช่นขณะนี้กระแสว่าคนนี้ต้องขาวคนนี้เลยสวย
En Colombia, desafortunadamente, lo que tiende a ser una mujer bonita es que tenga unas tetas grandes y un culo grande.
Beauty is unique in that it changes over time. What was once considered beautiful in one decade may be considered undesirable in the next. This results in a continuous cycle of changing one's appearance in order to be considered beautiful or perfect. The desire to be considered beautiful or perfect by either oneself or society leads to the process of changing one's appearance. Whether it be the use of Photoshop, Facetune, or products that alter one's natural physical appearance, the desire for beauty and perfection has dystopian consequences. The pressure in our society to live up to Eurocentric standards of beauty is apparent when looking at social media and different platforms such as Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Social media allows users to create a carefully constructed and planned social media identity. Filters and editing apps allow people to highlight their best attributes and diminish their perceived flaws. The best example of this is Facetune, one of the most popular photo editing apps. Facetune allows users to easily remove blemishes, smoothen wrinkles, straighten noses, plump up lips, and augment bodies. While Facetune is usually used to make minor tweaks to photos here and there, some people, like Instagram famous James Charles, use the app to its extreme.
Newsflash for you guys. Almost every single influencer or celebrity that you see posting a photo has probably Facetuned it. The first thing I'm going to do with this photo is I'm going to zoom in and I'm just going to make my jawline super duper poppin'. Unfortunately, I cannot afford plastic surgery and I also legally cannot get plastic surgery because I'm underage. So this is the next best thing we got up in here. My nose is the thing that I'm most insecure about, so I do like to edit it. If you don't want to edit your nose like this, don't freaking do it. It's really not that serious. This is just the techniques that I like to do and just to show you guys that it's not completely fake.
Facetune users make edits in order to fit into their definition of beauty. This usually translates into editing photos to fit into Eurocentric standards of beauty.
Standards are when whiteness is the default and it becomes the cultural ideal for beauty.
It's usually a slim nose,
having light skin, big eyes, long lashes, and hair that is the absolute opposite of mine. This is eyelid tape, or eye charm. Charming, because you can finally get those Western eyes you've always wanted.
This is Fair and Lovely Skin Lightening Cream.
Look at how sad this lady is in the back. She's so sad that she's brown.
First she was sad and dark skinned, and now she's scientifically more marketable.
I don't know what the this is. Apparently, if you use this, you can change your race. Like, this is not a before and after.
Eurocentric standards of beauty can even be found in more casually used apps such as Snapchat. Snapchat filters work by virtually changing your face through your camera. Most of these filters turn you into cute animals like bunnies, dogs, or bears. But how exactly are these filters making people look cute? I've noticed that many of the cute filters share a common theme. They enlarge your eyes, lighten your skin, and decrease the size of your nose. All of these minor tweaks follow and promote Eurocentric standards of beauty. Constantly seeing these edited photos on social media contributes to an endless cycle of having beauty standards that are generally unattainable, especially to people of color. It has become common to see an abundant amount of edited photos on media, which feeds into the normalization of editing one's appearance. Young girls see these photos and begin to view them as examples of what beauty is supposed to look like. Looking at themselves, they see that they look nothing like the pictures that they see on social media. The contrast between what they see in the mirror and what they see on social media leads to the desire to become society's definition of beautiful by altering their appearance.
Even globally, white beauty standards are a huge thing. If you travel to China, there's also just like white people on the billboards for like Chinese clothing lines, which is very weird.
Even in my own family, people would point out that my brother is like a little bit darker skinned than me. Why does that matter? If it was like a white family and one of the kids was tanner, no one would give a crap about that.
What about the desire for beauty in a global context? Let's take the Philippines for example. Filipinos tend to have naturally tan skin and flat round noses. However, these natural qualities are the exact opposite of what is considered beautiful in the Philippines. When I looked up Filipino beauty on Google, this is what came up. As you can see, many of the pictures are of people with fair skin and tall noses. Beauty standards in the Philippines stem largely from the Spanish colonial era, but it is also due to the associations of fair skin within society. Fair skin is associated with privilege. The privilege of being wealthy enough to not have to work in the fields in order to make a living, and the privilege of being able to afford whitening products. Filipino beauty standards include fair skin and tall pointed noses. At a young age, Filipino children are told to stay out of the sun or else their skin will darken and look ugly. Parents will also pinch their children's noses frequently in hopes that by doing so, their nose bridges will grow taller. During our trip to the Philippines in 2015, our relatives commented and admired our tall noses. When I looked up Filipino actresses on Google, again, many of the photos show women with fair skin and tall noses. Many of the Filipino actresses and actors have fair skin, which helps play a part in supporting these altered beauty standards. During our trip to the Philippines, I noticed that many of the products sold in stores were whitening products. Every store we visited had whitening lotions, deodorants, creams, face washes, and soaps. To add on to this, during my stay at a resort with my cousins in the Philippines, I spent the day swimming in the pool with my sister and other cousin who was also from the US, while my cousins from the Philippines spent the entire day in the shade. Filipinos are constantly bombarded with skin whitening advertisements on TV, radio, magazines, and media. Fair skin is considered beautiful in the Philippines, which is why people make the effort to either avoid the sun or whiten their skin. The desire for beauty in the Philippines has led to the normalization of whitening one's skin. Desire for perfection and beauty leads to the action of changing one's physical appearance. Editing photos, creating an altered social media identity, and whitening one's skin are just a few examples of the lengths that people go to in order to achieve their idea of perfection and beauty. Rather than blindly accepting these actions as normal, it is important that people step back and look at the bigger picture. It is important to think about and work to understand what drives these actions.
The problem is that all of these social messages you get about what is and who is beautiful influences who you think is beautiful. Representation matters, and it matters because we can raise an entire generation of people who don't carry this cultural baggage with them.
Without representation, on a subconscious level, you don't think you matter as much.
And so we have to see different representations of beauty and women of color and womanhood so that we can know that who we are is just fine. Why is beauty defined this way? What does beauty mean to you?
One shouldn't feel the need to change their physical appearance in order to be beautiful. Beauty and perfection should be obtained by changing one's view in order to perceive themselves as beautiful. Rather than looking at beauty as something that must be obtained through altering one's appearance, beauty in oneself should be revealed.